Do you think there's Loxton and Noggin, but for Metroid?
I don't remember what.
The Pokemon guy. That's sorry. That's a very what's the word? Hard cut. Huge. I don't remember.
Huge.
I don't know. I'm bad with words. Huge cut. So, there's this video game science YouTube channel called Loxton Noggin, and they make a lot of Pokemon videos nowadays.
Okay, I haven't watched them in a while, but I do remember who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they did any Metroid videos at all. Actually, it's kind of sad because I watched them like kinda sorta back in the day, and they were talking about how. I remember at one point they were talking about how they may or may not have had to shut down their channel just because their videos weren't doing very well, which I thought was very unfortunate. But luckily they're still doing well, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only do Pokemon videos nowadays because that's like the only thing that did well for them.
Yeah, that's the only thing that gets views.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, highest. You know, highest grossing media franchise of all time. Who would have thunk?
Off of me.
Oh. Can we not go down there?
No, that's bad news.
Oh. Dang. Game sucks.
We'll die if we go down there. I mean, it very well could be a thing where the game's like, oh, you blow up the floor and it turns out that it was a prank and it wasn't real lava, but I doubt that that's the case. Yeah, no, it's
Okay, good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we gotta do this bullshit. Oh yeah, we gotta do this bullshit.
Oh, okay. This goes up higher than I thought.
Go up.
Okay, there's gotta be a way like around these things, right?
Dude, I gotta tell you.
Oh wait, what? These things are like eating this shit.
Yo, let's go.
Oh shit, I forgot that they did that.
You
know what? You guys are all right. Now get off me. Oh my god.
They're eating it.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna eat me. Yeah. But no, I gotta say, so this is a little bit of a weird conversation, but I swear it's funny. There's a joke to this, or a point to this, excuse me. So I've been in the process of like looking into like exercise type content, mainly because I'm in the process of like trying to consider various suit. Let's go.
Time.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been wanting to look into becoming more active and getting more fit.
Yeah.
Because and like I've talked about this before, but I think I want to like start pursuing that stuff because I think it's just beneficial considering I like am active just outside every day and in my job. So I think it would be beneficial. And also, you know
they say,
being healthier is
no better time than the present, you know.
Yeah, also, yeah. And like I'm 25. Not getting any healthier. But actually no, I'm not 25 yet. I lied. I'm only 24.
I was gonna say, like, you're 25.
I am 25.
In
I will be 25 later.
Yeah.
Yeah, in May.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can't be hurt by this anymore, so I can go now.
Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. And then they made it in Metroid Dread that you could get hurt by lava. You know, I inevitably get to the bodybuilder side of YouTube, which like that stuff I'm not uncomfortable with. I'm not one of those like, you know, sad saps where like, you know, I get uncomfortable with looking at like bodybuilders and seeing them like show off that stuff. I don't give a crap. Like they, you know, they have worked to the point where, you know, their bodies are like that. Like they deserve it.
Proud of it, yeah.
Yeah, they should be proud, absolutely. But in the process, I have been introduced to this YouTuber. I think her name is Lean Beef Patty or something along those lines. Like, literally, without doubt, she is like the most buff woman I've ever seen in my life. And I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah.
I'm not simping, don't get me wrong, but I think it's very impressive. And you know, it's literally just the meme of like, you know, like hot hunk, you know, mommy girlfriend or something like that. It's literally just that personified. I think it's really funny, but also really cool.
Oh, I can go down here now.
Let's go. You didn't get pranked this time.
Oh,
but you did get pranked.
No,
you have to.
No, it's fine. I just gotta go get some of the little beans.
Yeah, apparently beans can swim in this game, in this universe. Yeah, there's this one video of this guy. I think it's a guy that was working out with her. And they were doing like one of those things where you hold on to like the bar, like the arm bars or something. Yeah. And you like hold your, and you're like holding your legs up like off the floor. And it was like I couldn't do that because I'm not practiced, but I think it's cool when people do stuff like that. Actually, I could probably do it if I put in enough, you know, practice, obviously. But I just haven't looked into it. It was one of those things where the guy was like, I don't know, I guess it was really hard. So the guy was like freaking out. It's like, how the hell are you doing this? It's like, oh, you know, like he was like having a panic attack or something. And then like halfway through, he's like falls off. It was funny at the end. He's like, oh, well, you know, she could like do it because she has like a 12-pack or something. And it's like, he's probably joking, but like, dude, just take the L. Like, it's not a big deal.
John Harder, please.
Concede. I realize that like bodybuilding is not the ideal body type. Like, what's the word? Like, it doesn't make sense for people to make. It's not the standard that people should be striving for, because
you have to like center like your whole life around it, and like,
yeah,
you know, some people just
there are a vast majority of them that are not natural. That's also another thing you have to consider.
Yeah, there's
this movie Josh Brolin was in a couple years ago. It was the American remake of the film Old Boy. And I think YMS talked about this in his video of the film.
Okay.
About how there's this scene in the movie where it's at the very beginning, so it's not a spoiler. Yeah. His character is like trapped in a like a hotel room for months at a time. And the progression of the scene is his character like gaining weight over a period of time and then working it off. And this is all in the span of like, I think like a 5-minute scene. And I think there's like behind the scenes stuff of him like talking about the process of him having to gain a lot of weight and then lose it all in like a short amount of time.
Strenuous.
Yeah, honestly, I can't even imagine. Yeah. Like that must suck. Like, and that's a professional doing that. Like, I can't imagine like a regular person like trying, like thinking that's an okay thing to try and go through.
Yeah.
And like because people don't realize like it's not a good thing if you go from like, you know, if you lose a lot of weight way too quickly. If there's like a shift in weight in your body. And that's why, you know, diseases like anorexia are so dangerous. Although that's kind of a different thing. That kind of plays into the whole like how losing weight affects your body negatively, or like how shifts in weight affect your body for the worse.
Right.
And I think and even like stuff, and that's why it's always recommended you have to, you know, it has to be a gradual process, because otherwise your body just can't adjust to it. A very practical example, and this is one that recently I was talking about, I think. So my grandmother, this is the grandmother that I think I talked about this on stream. She had to be hospitalized because she had some medical complications as a result of the hurricane, Helene, that greatly affected her area. And this was not entirely related, but like after this, she had to be, I think, hospitalized again because of like things that were kind of related but weren't exactly. I think she's just getting older, so it's been very it hasn't been, it's been hard. She's had a lot of health problems.
Yeah.
But in her recent hospitalization, my dad was telling me that apparently they did something where, so this is, I'm not making any comment on her body. I don't have any comment on the way she lives her life, but because she is an older lady and because she's had a lot of health problems, it is not easy for her to be active. Like she's bigger. That's all I'll say. As a result of things in and out of her control. And I think recently my dad was telling me that the last time that she went, they gave her some medicine that helped with some swelling problems that she had encountered over the years. Because you know how you'll like see people with like larger people, and they'll have like a lot of swelling in their like feet and stuff. Yeah, she had a lot of that. I think I don't know if it was just her feet or like other, but that's besides the point. I think he told me that she looked a lot leaner because of the fact that a lot of that swelling had just gone down.
Right.
And I remember he was telling me that, like, I think at one point he asked her, like, hey, how are you feeling? And it's like, oh, I feel fine. I'm just, really tired a lot. And it's like, I can imagine, because, you've been carrying around a lot of this excess weight as a result of this swelling, and then all of a sudden you lose it, and it just feels different. It is always unfortunate when people are in a position where they are not able to take care of themselves, and as a result they're just they have a body type which just makes living harder.
Yeah.
And I do realize, and I think it's always important to say that, because
okay, there we go.
I think a lot of people like to harp on fat people or bigger people, because it's like, oh well, they like they chose to live this way, and so they have to deal with it. It's like that's not always the case. Like, yes, like are there people that became fat because of their life choices? Yes. But that's not always stuff that's in their control.
Yeah, and even then, is that even a reason to shame them or treat them differently? No.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, was that a speed thing?
Was it?
I think so. I think it might be. No, the wall.
Oh, this here?
No, up there. The one you were at. Yeah, that one. I believe that is a wall. There's a speed wall, I believe.
Oh, yes,
hey, what do you know? Yeah, this one sucks. I hate this one. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, I don't think this necessarily affected me that greatly. Oh yeah, that's why I hate that, because it just, you lose all your momentum because you have to start jumping, and I hate it. But I remember when I was in high school, I had a lot of
gaming.
Let's go. I had a lot of anxiety, and that caused a lot of gastrointestinal issues for me. And as a result, I
can relate
lost.
to both of those.
I lost quite a bit of weight.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough that like, you know, it was like holy crap, like I'm like it, you know, dying or something, but you know, it was not fun.
I used to be very underweight, like to an unhealthy amount because of my Crohn's, and like I've said before that like I largely don't have any symptoms of my Crohn's anymore, which is a great thing.
Nice.
But there are still like certain foods that just don't agree with me, and red peppers is one of them. I can't eat red peppers for some reason. Green peppers are fine, but red bell peppers, yeah, my body just does not like them. Will not tolerate that shit.
That's very specific.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a bunch of like weirdly specific ones. I can't eat pretzels. I can't eat Lay's potato chips. Other potato chips, I can eat them totally fine. But Lay's, for some reason, can't eat them. I don't know why.
Probably the sex factor.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably it.
Damn. Yeah, you're never gonna get lazy, dude. Lazy, dude.
Yeah.
Lazy,
I guess
dude.
I'll just have to.
Lazy, dude.
I'll just have to cancel that.
God.
That sponsorship deal that I made with the Lay's company.
Dang. Yeah, you're gonna get lazy digit off of the brand deal. Lazy digit.
And the other day, we got Chinese food, and I thought like we ordered one thing, and I was like, oh yeah, I think I can eat that, and then we like opened it at home, and I was like, oh no, this looks like it has red bell peppers in it. I'm gonna err on the side of caution and not eat this. We've got other stuff here that I can't eat, so I'll just eat that instead. Totally fine.
Nice.
And then I was talking about it the next day, and I was like, yeah, I didn't eat that because it looked like I had red bell peppers in it. And my brother was like just suck it up, like it's not that big of a deal. and I was like, you can fuck right off, like. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I was like, do you understand like why I can't eat them? And he was like, because of Crohn's. And I was like, I mean, kinda. Like, I just, you know, my stomach is just like, you know, delicate. I have to be careful about like certain things that I put in it, or I'm gonna be sick.
God.
So like, you know, maybe don't make comments like that when you don't understand what it's like. Like, you don't have that experience. Like, I'm not being a picky eater. I'm like just I'm being realistic about what my body can and can't ingest without causing me great discomfort and pain. Like, I don't think that that's unreasonable.
It's not.
Yeah. I was not
you should have ordered.
They did it again!
Oh my God.
They did it again! What the fuck?
I mean, you could have gone into the lava, but I get what you mean.
Oh my gosh, that's so, like, on the one hand, that's really funny, but on the other hand, it's like, why?
God, they do
like,
it. Yeah, the fact that they did it twice.
Like, just from a game design perspective, like, I can imagine there being players who are, like, running around aimlessly not knowing where the fuck to go, and then it's... The answer is, oh yeah, that thing that looks like there's lava down there that you will, like, get hurt by if you stand in, yeah, it's actually a prank.
Wait, how come we can stand in some of the lava, but not in all the lava? That's really odd.
So, some of it is acid and some of it's lava. We can stand in acid, but we can't stand in lava because of the various... I was gonna go down there, and I will go back, but I just realized I'm really low on health, and I should probably find a place to farm. This is
gotcha.
a good place. Yeah, and that's something that's just kind of frustrating, you know, is when people, they're like, oh, well, you know, my experience with this thing has been easy, so therefore, you must just be exaggerating or being a little pussy. You know, you just need to suck it up and, you know,
yeah,
like... get good. And it's like, that's not realistic, you know? Sorry that other people's bodies are different than yours and, you know, have different experiences and like levels of tolerance with stuff. This is gonna get a little heavy, but I got psychologically evaluated back in, gosh, 2023? 22, maybe? Gosh. Wow, thanks for waiting, dude.
Pranked idiot.
He wouldn't come out. I was like, alright, I guess I'll walk to the other side. Yeah, and the results came back with like, you know, a myriad of things, but the one that I want to talk about here is avoidant personality disorder, which is essentially an intense fear of social harm. So that makes it difficult for me to like seek out new relationships. It's not that I don't want new relationships. It's just that it creates difficulty with like feeling safe to do so.
I got you.
And it also makes it difficult to like feel safe getting closer to the relationships that I already have in my life.
I understand.
And it's like it's very frustrating. I mean, avoidant personality disorder. That was like a very like basic level explanation of it. It does like go a little. It's more complex than that, but just to, you know, try to sum it up.
Gotcha.
Concisely. But there are. Okay, I'm full on missiles. I had an argument with my sister back in November last year about my personality disorder, and she was like essentially saying like get over it and suck it up and all this stuff, and it's like, you know, I would expect her to be more understanding of it because I know that she's experienced her own mental health stuff as well. I'm not gonna like, you know, get super into that, but I
mean, and she knows what happened with like all your past relationships, right? I mean, I just know like you've talked about you've had like various points with various people you've had relationships before where like you may or may not have had falling outs, and like that has affected your ability. Yeah.
The falling out of those relationships wasn't like a cause necessarily of the oh my gosh, they did it again. What the fuck? Stop doing that. You can't keep doing this game.
It can't keep getting away.
It was it wasn't so much a cause. It was more of a like a casualty of my mental health.
So you think this is just something? This is something you've just had, and just your kind of various relationship situations have been a result of your personality.
I think it's something that has it is a result of like a lot of different stuff just over the course of my life. Just sort of it developed into that. Okay.
Gotcha.
Can I just shoot this? Okay. But yeah, I kind of was, you know, expecting her to be more understanding about the situation. Oh, I see what they want me to do. Okay.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. But damn, this is.
Yeah, it sucks not to be able to have somebody you feel like you can kind of confide in and have them understand you.
Yeah, I mean, she isn't necessarily a person that I go to confide in on this subject very often. It was just that we were having a discussion about it at the time, and
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I didn't really I was not happy with the things that she said. Was it last month? I think it was last month. Last month, I just had this, this moment where I was like, I wonder what the abbreviation for avoidant personality disorder is. So I decided to look it up. And when I did, what I found like a site that was talking about all of the the symptoms of avoidant personality disorder and like the challenges and symptoms that come along with it, and it was very deeply upsetting because as I read it, I realized that yeah, there's a really good reason that they diagnosed me with that, because it describes me to a T, and that was kind of upsetting to discover, because you know, when you think about it, it's like, how can something that is like so like deeply ingrained, you know, in how you conduct yourself on a daily basis, how do you manage that, like get to a point where, you know, you're like not like cured, but like, because there isn't necessarily a cure for it, but you know, how do you go about treating something like that? Like, it just feels impossible.
Yeah.
And oh, I got the weight beam.
Nice.
And yeah, so that was kind of upsetting. And I was very deeply depressed last month. I mean, more so than usual. It is something that's difficult for me to talk about, because like I have like a lot of anxiety about like things I say potentially being used against me, because of that like fear of social harm, and so as a result, like I'm even like kind of scared to tell people that I have avoidant personality disorder. Like, is that the sort of thing that somebody might try to hold over my head and use against me? Like, you know, it's and I recognize that like I have to, you know, I have to manage that anxiety and like, you know, try to remind myself like, you know, most people are cool, you know, like they're not gonna like try to hurt me, you know.
Those people aren't worth your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say for me personally, like I've made jokes before about, I like to mess around with people about various things, you know, jokingly, but genuinely, and I mean this, you know, towards you or anybody, you know, if I've ever said anything that like genuinely like upsets somebody or offends somebody, like I never do that. I never want to do that like intentionally.
Right.
And you know, if I've ever done that to somebody, I hope that they'll be able to come to me and like, you know, express that, because that I can, you know, make it right, because I don't want to be that guy. Like I have a very you know, I'm more tolerant towards like, you know, making more edgy jokes and stuff like that, but I never want to make a joke like genuinely at a person's expense, or like say something that upsets them in that way, and that includes you.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
You know, that's
I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page. I wanted to, you know, confide in you and make sure we were all understanding.
I appreciate that. I mean, you know, I don't want there to be like, oh. What was that?
I don't know. You were dying.
I heard something in the background on your end. It sounded like Siri was responding to something.
Maybe? I don't know. My phone's on, but how did my phone even hear me? Hold on.